What's up, everybody? How are we doing today? It is a bright, sunny, cool, breezy, but bright, sunny Tuesday afternoon where you guys are. Where I am. I don't know what it's like for you guys. Let me know how you guys are doing today. What's going on? What is everybody up to? Welcome back to the channel, though. In any case, this is United versus Everybody. I am your host, Sean, and we are back with a little bit of a, I guess you could call it a scouting report. I guess I don't really call it a scouting report special, but the Under-20 World Cup just wrapped up this past weekend, this Sunday. So it was a cool little Sunday for football fans, right? At least United fans. But Morocco stunned favorites Argentina in the final 2-0 to lift the trophy. They absolutely dominated them. Morocco were all over them. And honestly, throughout the tournament, Morocco were hands down one of the best sides I've seen. It was a fun competition, though, from start to finish. Some standout players, I thought, really making a name for themselves, really putting themselves out there, kind of putting themselves on the map. So don't know if you guys watched any of the Under-20 World Cup, but it is a fun little tournament. Take advantage of the Euros and whatnot when the Under-20s and stuff come rolling around, because you're going to see some future potential stars in these tournaments. So I have a few of them for you today, 11 of them, actually, in fact. So I put together a little starting 11 of some of the players I thought stood out more than others in the tournament. Again, just my opinion, so please don't get upset if your favorite player from the tournament isn't in my 11. It's just what I thought. I didn't watch every single minute of every single game, but as I'm watching, as I'm catching up, and as I'm watching highlights and stuff, and looking at numbers and things, these are some players that really stood out. So like the video, please subscribe if you are new. Check those memberships as well if you guys want to get more involved in the content, like the WhatsApp group that's going pretty strong this afternoon today. So let's get stuck in, you guys. First and foremost, though, how about a big happy birthday to the greatest center back in Premier League history, Nemanja Vidic. It is his birthday today. I think he's, like 44? I don't know. Mid-40s, he's got to be. I don't know. I had the pleasure of meeting Nemanja in an airport 2 years ago on my way to Manchester. He was also on his way to Manchester. He was actually on my plane. He was sitting in first class. I was not, but I saw him walk by the terminal. I was at the gate and could not understand why he wasn't being surrounded by all these people, because he's the man in motherfucking Vidic. But I went and found him, talked to him for a few moments, because he was actually going to speak at an event that I was going to go speak with because Stretty News was going to be there. I wasn't able to go, unfortunately, and I was bummed because I knew going into this I wasn't going to meet Nemanja. I was really bummed, and then I happened to meet him at the airport, and so I was actually buzzing. But really made the trip for me. So I was really happy to be in, just get the chance to talk to him for a little bit. The guy is super nice, lot taller than he looks in real life. But I mean, playing next to Rio, everyone looks short. But that was really fun. So happy birthday to Nemanja Vidic. Comes from Serbia. He'll fucking murder you. Big up Sanjay. Sanjay's in London. Sanjay's just a globetrotter, man. But big up Sanjay. Happy to have you here. Stephanie in the house. Big up, Stephanie. Hope you're doing well. Jim D64 in the house. Hope you guys are doing well right now. Hope everyone's enjoying their Tuesday afternoon. Rig up Rob Taff. Yes, hit that like button. Subscribe for me. I do appreciate that. Rob says 44 is still a whippersnapper. I mean, what does that make me? Because my ass feels old. Because I'm now 40. But yes, happy birthday, Nemanja. Let's get stuck into this starting 11. I don't want to waste too much of everyone's time. So we're going to start with goalkeepers, then we're going to go through center backs and fullbacks, midfielders, wide players, and then a striker. So I threw a 4-3-3 for you guys today based on all that. So let's get stuck in. Feel free to throw any names out there yourself if you guys watched any of the tournament and you like what you saw. But I've got some here. So starting with the goalkeeper, let's talk a little bit about Einar Boa Fauskanger. So obviously, Norwegian is a pretty Scandinavian-sounding name. Plays for FK Haugesund as well, but he is a goalkeeper. He is 17 years old, 6'2", really good tournament. The kid's got amazing reflexes. If you watch, it's like prime David De Gea kind of reflexes. Just he's big, he's tall, but he just happens to just always just get his hand or his foot up there. It's like he knows where to be. He had an 89.5% save percentage in the tournament. He had 100% save percentage when I actually added him to my list. And then obviously Norway got knocked out. But he was fourth when it came to saves per 90 as well. He was man of the match against Paraguay and Colombia. So again, very, very strong, bright tournament for this kid. He actually made 6 saves in both those matches, like individually, 6 in one, 6 in another, including saving a penalty kick against Paraguay in really what became a 120-minute match. He made 9 saves in total for that match, all of which were from inside the box as well. So 2 saves and a clean sheet, 2 against Nigeria. So the guy had an absolute tournament. He is, even though he's 17, he is FK Hawkinson's #1 keeper these days as well. And so tells you everything you need to know about the young kid, that he's 17 years old and he's already playing first team football in Norway. Absolute boss. So keep an eye out for this kid. I think you're going to see his name pop up more and more as he continues just to hold down the fort as FK Hawkinson's #1 keeper. And I like what I saw. If you guys had any other keepers in mind, let me know. Let me know what you thought about him if you guys watch the tournament. Let's move on to center backs. Oh, you can see him there. Sorry. I always forget I put another photo in there for anyone who wants to see people in action. So go on to center backs, starting with Rion Ichihara. So he is Japanese. He plays his club football at RB Omiya Ardija in Japan. But he's 20 years old, 6'1". He captains Japan's under-20s. He scored 2 goals in the tournament, two man of the matches this tournament. He was the top-rated center back in the tournament last time I checked. He's very, very good on the ball, very comfortable on the ball, excellent pass accuracy, excellent long ball accuracy, something that he's also known for in the Japanese second division, where he is a regular starter in the Umiya starting 11. He was 8th accurate for long balls as well. So again, a ball-playing center back. Had a really good tournament. He's really good in the air as well. Not only scoring the goals, like I said, he had 2 goals, but he also 5 out of 5 aerial duels against Egypt, 2 out of 2 aerial duels against Chile as well. Really good in the air, really comfortable on the ball. Everything you kind of think is the making. So sadly for him and for Japan, it was his handball that actually gifted France the penalty kick that enabled them to advance past Japan. So a bit of a misfortune there, unfortunately, but I have read links to Liverpool for Ichihara, so he's turning heads. He's drawing all the right attention. It looks like the under-20s or under-21s just scored against Barnsley too, by the way. Don't want to interrupt. So I do have a bit of a dodgy stream going on, but it sounds like Fletcher just scored for the under-21s playing Barnsley in the Virtue Trophy. So big up Fletcher. But if you guys are watching that, let me know. But keep an eye out for Ichihara. Like I said, Liverpool interested. He had a really good tournament. I think that he's going to be one that you're going to see popping up here and there. So let's look at another center back here. We're talking about Yemer Mosquera, not the Mosquera at Arsenal now. This is Yemer Mosquera. Colombian. He does play at Aston Villa. He's a youngster for Aston Villa, just 20 years old, but he's already an absolute unit of a baller, 6'3". And honestly, I don't know what else I could say about him. He was an excellent defender for Colombia throughout this tournament. He's left-footed too. Consistent match ratings throughout the tournament. If you guys want to go check those out, really good duel numbers. Good in the air. He makes a lot of passes into the final third. He was actually 6th for accurate long balls as well. So again, another ball-playing center back. He did struggle a bit against South Africa. Colombia struggled a bit against South Africa, but he bounced back superbly against Spain. Won 100% of his duels in that match. Won the most duels in that match, 4 out of 4 tackles. He finished tournament 7th for clearances per match as well. The kid just had an absolute beast mode performance. He's also got really good pace for a big guy. If you look at his heat map for the tournament, it does extend well into the opposition half, so he is able to get up and down the pitch. Really, to me, looks like the ideal modern center back. It's a bummer that he plays for Villa. Maybe we could swoop in like we did with Aiden Heaven, but I think that Mosquera has everything he needs to be one of the next top young center backs. So hopefully he does a little better than Yerry Mina, but it is what it is. What are you guys saying here in the chat? Rob said there's a Welsh keeper in MLS. I think it's Brooke. Found him in EFC, but now he's listed as English. Interesting. I will have to go keep an eye on him for you, man. Remember, starting 11 Legends members, there is a community post where you guys can make your suggestions for scouting reports, ideas for what-if episodes, questions from a boot, all that kind of stuff. You can go right in there. Speaking of questions, I did put a poll up as well. It's on the channel's Twitter page and in the community tab as well. What there were three options, but what was the best match winner at Anfield from United in recent history? You can vote for Rooney's in 2016. You can vote for Wanfield in 2015, or you can vote for Maguire's header over the weekend. So go check that out. Get your votes in. We'll probably recap that on the Kickabout tomorrow. Hopefully Dylan will be available. Haven't yet checked in with him, but I know because Dylan's got a lot going on right now, so I never want to distract him from the more important things. But we all love chatting with Dylan, so keep an eye out for the Kickabout tomorrow, and we'll retouch on that poll. But yeah, Mosquera, let me know what you guys think. If you guys watched him, have you guys seen any of him in any of Villa's academy matches or anything? Let me know. Moving on, we're going to talk about left backs. Juan Aritzala, another Colombian, plays for Independiente Medellin. Again, left back, left wing back, 20 years old, 5'9". Second Colombian youngster in my 11. Very good player. Very, very good in his 1v1s. Consistently good duel numbers. He won 4 out of 5 duels against Spain, 8 out of 10 against South Africa, 5 of 8 against Nigeria, and then 5 of 6 against Norway. The guy has an absolute solid duel record. Good chance creation as well for a left back too. Created the most chances against Norway. He was man of the match against Saudi Arabia as well. I don't know if you guys watched him when Colombia played Argentina. He had a brilliant run, beat a few tackles from his own half, got all the way into the opposition half to get to the byline and put a ball in the box. Very, very, very good defender. As a teenager, he was promoted to Medellin's first team. He's been getting a good amount of minutes there since. So you can see that there's something to him there. I saw that Westerlo in Belgium were reportedly interested in him in the summer. That didn't end up happening. But I think if he keeps this up, Aritzala, if he keeps up performances like this tournament alone, I think really will springboard his development and his appeal to bigger sides. And so if he's already turning heads, getting attention from Belgian side, I think you guys are going to hear more about this kid in the future. So really good tournament for him as well. Moving over to the right side of the pitch. This is not my America showing. This is just how it worked out. Frankie Westfield, obviously, he is American, plays for Philadelphia Union in the MLS. He's a right back, 19, 5'9", and he is Philadelphia through and through. Born in Philly, came through Philadelphia Union's academy, broke into the first team last year when he was just 19. And the kid has been immense for the U.S. under 20s. He had a goal and assist against New Caledonia to kick off the tournament. He was an absolute force of nature against France. I watched that one. Excellent defensive. He had 11 defensive contributions that match, 8 passes into the final third, 7 of 9 ground duels, 4 out of 4 aerial duels, created a chance. Like, he was an absolute beast. He won the most duels as well against Italy. So just doing his thing, man. Completed like all of his dribbles too in the tournament. The kid is just an absolute beast mode of a fullback. I like to see his crossing improve, maybe get a little more consistent. But in terms of physicality, in terms of stamina, in terms of just not being afraid of getting stuck in 1v1s, and and that goes for the offensive part too, completing those dribbles. The kid's doing it, and I love that. But he did a really good tournament. I'm surprised to see him doing so well, but because I don't watch a ton of MLS, I've seen him here and there. But really good tournament from Frankie. Keep an eye on him and see how he's doing moving forward. But thought he had an excellent World Cup showing. So let's move on to midfield. A familiar face that you guys have seen once or twice. We're looking at Milton Delgado. We've scouted him a couple times on this channel, I feel like. But he's very good. Obviously plays for Argentina, plays his club ball at Boca. He is a defensive midfielder. He is a 6. He's half deep line playmaker, half like, he's kind of like a faster Casemiro, or maybe like a Marcelo Brozovic kind of a player. 20 years old. He is a bit shorter, 5'5", but I absolutely love this kid. If you guys are familiar with Danny B, a regular on the channel, he loves this kid as well. He is, again, like a quicker version of Casemiro. Does what needs to be done. He's always an outlet. He's always there to get his team out of trouble. He's composed. He's calm on the ball, especially under pressure. He's got excellent press resistance, and he can pick a pass. His contributions, his balls in the final third, his chances created, those through balls, absolutely top notch. Consistent duel numbers, consistent tackles. Literally 100% of his duels against Nigeria. He won the most duels against Cuba as well. Good on the ball, again, really good dribble numbers. Pair of assists in the tournament as well, so he can create those chances. He was man of the match against Australia. And even though Argentina lost the final, there were a few players in that side that were much better than that result really would let on. Guys like Carrizo and Delgado, for instance, Tobias Ramirez, they all had very good matches. It just wasn't good enough from everybody in Argentina's side. So, unfortunately for Delgado, they did lose the final, but he's an absolute beast mode. So Tobias says, does he refer to himself as a soccer player or a footballer? You're talking about Westfield. He's probably going to refer to himself as a soccer player because he plays in MLS. But welcome, Tobias. Good to see you again, my friend. So yeah, Milton Delgado. If you guys have been around the channel for a while, you've seen me talk about him several times. Very good player, but really good number 6 in my 4-3-3 best 11. Moving on. Again, another player that we've scouted in the past on this channel, Gilberto Mora. We scouted him several months ago after a really good tournament for him, and he's just continuing to do it. Obviously, he's Mexican, plays for Club Tijuana. He's a midfielder. He's only 16 years old. He is a bit shorter, 5'3", but in this tournament, he once again showed why he's so highly rated and why big clubs are reportedly interested, including United, including Barcelona. He may be smaller, but again, he's 16. He will grow for sure. This is one of the things you're going to learn if you start getting into talent identification scouting, is that you have to look at age in relation to physical development, because he's still going to be growing. He's going to be growing for the next 4 or 5 years. And so, but already he doesn't slow him down. He doesn't look like he's ever out muscled or anything. He's so quick. He's good at taking up good positions. He plays a very Spanish Barcelona style of football, constant movement in congested areas, constantly finding the space, keeping things moving. Put in 3 man of the match performances on the bounce to start this tournament. So if that tells you anything right there. 3 goals, 2 assists at the time that I did this. He was 3rd for combined goals assists when I did this. And he was top for chances created when I did all this too. He had 17 chances. But I like this kid a lot. I love this kid. He drifts around midfield, constantly wants to get involved in play. I think he was 4th for successful dribbles per 90 as well. Like, that's what I love from midfielders. Again, like I said, United linked. Barcelona have reportedly already made contact with this kid. I think that, again, he suits Spanish football to a T. I think that he suits Spanish football, at least, especially like Barcelona style, more than I think he would suit the way United are playing right now. Again, looking for space, good little tight movement, one touch and go, excellent press resistance in those tight. I love him at United, but it's going to be hard for him to turn down Barcelona. But we'll see. Barcelona will have to sell somebody. I mean, they could sell Casado or Pedri or somebody and make a lot of money, but again, technical skill is in there. His press resistance is good. Dribbling is good. His chance creation is good. I love this kid a lot. You guys have seen me talk about him many times. What are you guys saying here in the chat? Rob says, you're going to have to calm down all these prospects. My scouts are complaining of being overworked. Well, you guys know my hustle never stops when it comes to scouting. I actually just applied for a remote scouting position with an English club. I don't think that's going to happen. Generally, because I live in the U.S., it's not going to happen. But I am constantly looking out for players. I've got another scouting report special ready to go, and I've already made my list for the next one too. So if you guys have been around the channel for a while, you know that's kind of my thing. So, but big up. See, Rob says, we're England in this tournament. Were they in the tournament? I don't remember now off the top of my head. I feel like they had to have been. I just don't remember ever talking about them. Let me check and see. Under 20 World Cup. Maybe they didn't qualify. Who knows? Let me go see what happened here. Hold up. We're doing a check because now I just can't remember off the top of my head. I don't see England anywhere. Nah, no England, unfortunately. No England. I don't see Wales in there either or anything like that. So I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, Rob, but I know, aren't you Welsh anyway? Moving on, another midfielder. So if you're keeping up right now, we've gone through our goalkeeper, our entire back line. We're doing a 4-3-3, and we've just done our 6 and one of our 8s. Now, the other 8 is another American, and this is Benjamin Kramashi. Plays for, he is technically an Inter Miami player. He is at Parma right now on loan, so I like that you've got some young Americans just wanting to get those minutes outside of MLS. I don't have a problem with that either. Landon Donovan's done it. Beckham did it when he was playing there. I think that's just fine. But he's 20 years old, 5'11", born in Miami. He was captain of the U.S. under-20s and he had an excellent tournament. As an 8, he loves to get on the ball. He loves to make those third man runs. Works really well in those channels, in those pockets of spaces, especially in the final third. He was the official Golden Boot winner of the tournament with 5 goals, and he also had 2 assists as well. So he's a goal scoring number 8. He had a brace against Italy, had a hat trick and 2 assists in one match against New Caledonia. He also created the most chances in that match. Both of those performances earned him man of the match as well. Again, currently on loan at Parma from Inter Miami, but he has been in regular Inter Miami for several years now. He's got more than 70 appearances, 7 goals for Inter Miami, even though they are a young MLS team. But he's doing really well, even in his first team. He had a goal and 2 assists in Inter Miami's League Cup winning campaign from 2023. Now, Parma have an option to buy him for just over $5 million after he basically came out and said he's a little frustrated with kind of getting played out of position and maybe not getting as many minutes as he would like. I don't get that because he's got many minutes, but I think maybe there's a chance he can move permanently to Parma. But I think he's a really good midfielder, exactly the kind of midfielder that a club like United could be looking at in the future. But he's turning heads. He had an excellent tournament. Like I said, Golden Boot winner as well. The box said, man's a little tiny for EPL. You're talking about Gilberto Mora. Rob says, yes, Welsh, but England normally do well in under 21. So this was under 20, not the under 21. So they break these things down into so many different levels. But hopefully, maybe Wales will be doing something in the near future. Who knows? Oh, my dodgy stream just got knocked out, unfortunately. Well, that'll do it. I don't know how this guy that I'm watching the stream on, I don't know how he continues to have a channel. There's no way that he can. It's so, he already had one of his things blocked and he had to start all over again. So I'm sure he just got himself banned again. So whatever. It is what it is. Moving on. Let's look at right wing. Another player, again, we've scouted here in the past. So that's 3 now that we've scouted in the past. Mayer Carrizo, Danny B somewhere. His ears are ringing. Plays for Argentina. Plays his club ball at Vélez Sarsfield. 19 years old, 5'11". Very good winger. He was having an excellent tournament. He had 3 goals, 1 assist, back-to-back man of the match performances. He was second for chances created. And he's also having a very good season for Vélez too. 10 goals, 3 assists, doing very well. It's a bit of a breakout for him. I would love for United to sign him. I think he's one that I've signed a few times now in my own career mode as a backup to Mbeumo and stuff in that right 10 role. I think he'd be excellent rotation option there for us, to be honest. I've seen reports that Man City, though, are in advanced talks to activate his release clause, and then the plan is to loan him back to River Plate. To loan him to River Plate, which kind of seems like I don't get what they're doing, but whatever. Nipan, now Mayer Carrizo, freaking City, man, they're just stealing everybody. But another player who had a really good tournament. Again, unfortunately, that the final didn't go their way. It was weird if you watch the final, Argentina they were so focused on their left-hand side. They were getting that ball out to Prestiani over and over again when Carrizo was there in space all the time. So really towards their own detriment, but what are you going to do? I'm not Argentine, so it doesn't matter that much. Rob says City need to have those details released. We're waiting. We are waiting, man. We'll see what happens, though. And we'll be here with the banter and the savagery if and when the hammer drops. So I love it. So, but Mayer Carrizo, you guys will see me scout him a couple times. We talk about him all the time. Had a very good tournament despite Argentina losing the final. They did get to the final, so there's that. And he had excellent performances along the way. So let's talk about the left side. Gessim Yassin plays for Morocco, the eventual winners of the Under-20 World Cup. Plays his club ball in France with Dunkirk. Can play both sides. 19 years old, 5'8", 2 goals, 3 assists, 2 man of the match performances, second highest for assists at the time of writing. Kicked things off with a very good performance against Spain with a goal and an assist, and that was a man of the match performance for him. He also completed in that match the most tackles and won the most duels as well. So his starting match of the tournament, he was an absolute force of nature. Really set the tone, I think, for Morocco's tournament overall. If you guys watched the final, it was just all energy, all just clinical, ruthless. They were all over Argentina, and Yassin is basically another example of that. After that first match, he followed it up with another man of the match against Brazil. He had 2 assists. He completed 3 out of 4 dribbles, 4 out of 7 tackles, made 2 interceptions, and completed 13 out of 19 duels in that match. She was an absolute beast. Great against Japan as well. Broke into Dunkirk's first team last season. Hasn't looked back since. He's been a regular in that starting 11. Back-to-back player of the month after his debut for Dunkirk. League Two player of the match that February as well. He made his debut. And he was even nominated for League Two player of the year last year. Sorry, League Deux for the French-speaking individuals. Apologies. So having a very good breakout start to his career, even for a teenager. Not bad at all for a teenager in his debut season. So keep an eye out for this kid. He's got a little bit of that Riyad Mahrez to him, but I'd say he probably has a little bit more aggression and physicality than Riyad Mahrez at that age. Because remember, Riyad Mahrez is very good, but also a little slight, we'll call it. But really good tournament. Dabasi says Moroccan players are always slept on. Morocco were absolutely on fire. The next, maybe not this World Cup, but like maybe in 2030, when some of these players are in their mid-20s and stuff, don't sleep on Morocco. Definitely keep a lookout at the next, not maybe this Cup of Nations, but maybe the next one when that rolls around. These guys are going to really, really start to shine. Rob says, Moroccan football on a huge high. The main team has broken Spain's record of consecutive wins. Morocco on 6. Yeah, they're doing an absolute bang-up job, and this tournament was just a good example of that. I think we're going to be talking about some Moroccan players like we've been talking about some South American players in recent years. But yeah, Gessim Yassin, very, very good tournament. So we have a goalkeeper, 2 center backs, both fullbacks, our midfield done, our wingers done. That leaves us with striker, you guys. Make sure you're liking, make sure you're subscribing, make sure you get your suggestions in here as well. Striker, another Moroccan. This is Yasser Zabiri. Plays for Famalicão in Portuguese League. 20 years old, 5'10". What a tournament from this kid. 5 goals, joint top scorer in the tournament, man of the match in the final where he scored a brace. He was very close to bagging the hat trick as well. He became Morocco's all-time under 20 goal scorer as well. Like absolute barnstormer of a tournament for this kid. I'll be honest, right up until the final on Sunday, it was a toss-up between Zabiri and Nasser Villarreal for Colombia. I even had Nasser Villarreal in my notes, and I had to go back and deleted him. But again, it was a toss-up, but it was Zabiri's performance in that final. And I think just looking back, the fact that over the course of the tournament, I think he just offered a little bit more in terms of maybe just not being like an out-and-out finisher. He was able to drift wide. He was able to drop deep, work in the channels, were able to pitch in off the ball. I think there is just a little bit more versatility, more well-roundedness to Zabiri's game that really saw me look at him as a standout in terms of strikers. Again, he presses. He drops deep. He gets wide depending on what he needs. He set the tone for Morocco, too, in that final, especially when it came to his fight and his aggression, his energy. Keep an eye on this kid. I want to watch him more in the Portuguese league. Hopefully he starts getting more minutes as well. Keep an eye on Morocco, too. They're putting out like World Cup energy soon, Africa Cup of Nation energy. Keep a lookout in the next couple of years. Keep an eye out for all of these kids, in fact. Youth tournaments like this are an absolute dream for scouting nerds like myself. You know, it's a great place to look for future stars, standouts, a great way to just get your eyes open to players that maybe have been doing the thing, maybe down in the France second division or something that you may not have ever heard of. This is an excellent opportunity. And so I really like that. Speaking of, though, opportunities, congrats to Bendito Montato for his call up to England's under-17s for their World Cup as well. There's a lot of different World Cups. But yeah, Bendito Montato getting a call up for the under-17s. But that's my best 11 from the under-20 World Cup. I know I've been kind of hyping it up over the last week or so. I was excited to watch some of the tournament. I was really excited to put this together. Loved kind of moving things around, picking and choosing where we want to go. So let me know if I got any right, did I get any wrong, if you guys had your other picks in there who you thought might be deserving of a shout. And let me know if you guys weren't able to catch the live. I'm going to go see if I can catch any more of this Barnsley match against United's under 21s, even though the dodgy stream just got taken away. Don't forget to go and vote in the poll. I want to know your thoughts on best recent match winners at Anfield for United. So there's 3 options. Go check it out. And then be sure to stop by tomorrow. I'll confirm with Dylan if we're doing that kickabout tomorrow. But Come by tomorrow night if we do that. Keep a lookout later on this week for my Brighton preview as well. So we'll be doing that one as well. Busy week. So until next time, you guys, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking out my best 11 from the Under-20 World Cup. If you do like what you see, consider liking the video, subscribing. Go back to some old videos and on your mobile and your phone and go hit that hype button for me too if you get a second. It takes a couple seconds. It's free. It helps the channel. That's how YouTube's trying to grow things now. So I know I don't make the rules. I just try to work within them. It is what it is. But take it easy, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later.